This is podcast 6 in my Recovering Through Grief series. Today's date is March 10th, 2023. My name is Annie Blue. This month, my focus will be to bring forward support tool offerings available to soften grief's hardship and many passageways. What's behind the curtain of who we really are when profound grief wrenches every part of us into its unknown, unshaped reality? Grief can be defined as the conflicting assembly of human emotions caused by an end or change in a familiar pattern of behavior. Most losses are witnessed at a 100% intensity immediately upon their occurrence. Grief takes away, yet causes us to clutch and hold the things that we honor as near and dear to our heart. The actions of grief recovery usually reatomize other incomplete relationships throughout our life journey that warrant further completion and resolution. The aspects most prominent within the grief process are physical, emotional, and spiritual. While the physical relationship ends, the emotional relationship plays on in our retrospection and remembrance. Successful completion of unfinished emotions brings eventual integration with the often painful reality that the physical relationship has truly ended. Grief recovery sways and impacts the quality of each griever's life in unimaginable ways. Today, I'm sharing a tool that supported me in a surprising way as I was recovering through grief. Of course, my moment-to-moment thoughts and feelings came with strong emotions attached. This tool supported allowing the tougher feelings to occur with less resistance. This tool pairs the two key parts of our mind, the subconscious self and the conscious self. The subconscious you is miraculously powerful. It can make you a fortune. It can smoke 20 cigarettes a day. It can work weeks without sleep. It can taunt you from doing even 10 minutes of focused work. It can make you seriously ill. It can cure you of failing health doctors might deem incurable. It can kill you. It can save your life. And yet, properly handled and understood, your subconscious has the power or means to perform any miracle in the often unseen world of the possible. The subconscious mind occupies thoughts, archives, and outlooks that the conscious mind is not awakened to. These hidden viewpoints have an overbearing, pronounced effect on our lives, whether we carry through or choose to be stranded, come apart at the seams, or procrastinate, take risks, or face our obstacles. The subconscious displays opportune timing. It appears and prefers to always be one step ahead of the conscious mind, and it acts before we get too inquisitive. It is responsible as well for galvanizing our most unfavorable habits. James Mangan, in his book, The Secret of Perfect Living, states the best way to start living heaven on earth, also referred to as the perfect life, is to admit this. The traditional treatment your conscious mind gives to your subconscious self is hard-hearted, disrespectful, ill-advised, and reasonable. If the relations of your conscious side to your subconscious side were reasonable, you would admit it holds most of your power and ability and would give it adequate honor and credit for all your accomplishments. You would never blame it for your troubles or failures. You would endeavor to read its wishes, endeavor to understand its nature, and choose to employ it with the sovereign attitude of complete trust and cooperation. The two yous, your conscious and your subconscious, are here to flourish together. The appearance of the slightest remnant of apartness in your personality is glaring warning that your two parts, rather than working together, are now pulling in opposite directions. What if, within grief's overwhelm, you could work at conquering fears that keep returning? Learn to relax. Begin to overcome sorrow and blue moods that have persisted past the point of healthy functioning. What if you could begin to accommodate the two parts of you? Set and gradually achieve goals. Begin to regain abundance and prosperity, and move towards the implementation of health and freedom from pain. My wish is to introduce this magnificent modality as a recovering through grief tool option when your curiosity and willingness beckons. The language of SwitchWords, or word switches, shift on and change the direction of the subconscious, which makes it easy to revitalize its programs. We can shift our subconscious into a friend rather than an adversary we must defeat. Thus, SwitchWords are supportive creators in manifesting what we desire in our life. The brain manufactures information during sleep, and this process helps blend new information with old information and transform it into balanced images like a television screen. SwitchWords, as speakers and deliverers of sound vibration to the unconscious, have a coincidental kickstart. They invigorate new, positive collaboration for us between our conscious self and subconscious self. Who would have thought? The subconscious mind is robust, and it welcomes activated motivation to redesign and clear old values. Word switches percolate this stimulation in a non-standard expressed language by using words that don't always make sense to the conscious mind. These words catalyze and fire up this motivation, all the while providing sometimes chuckles and giggles at the word switch's quirky, out of the ordinary route and method for our revitalization. When we are at odds with ourselves, we create pessimistic self-talk. When we are at odds with our goals, we experience procrastination. When we are at odds emotionally, we experience passive resistance. When you witness tug-of-wars in yourself or others, even if you are unable to comprehend the obscure reasons fostering it, you can recite or intend the switchword together. It joins your conscious and subconscious minds in community, a powerful first step. Word switches can bring to light suppressed inner narratives and emotions. Initiating the self-discipline of reciting a switchword, we can unearth a negative, buried program hindering us from getting our needs and wants met properly. It is amazing to see how during grief recovery, shame and blame's buried program residue received from others seems to bait us. This then causes us to disengage ourselves from the agonizing and triggered part within us that calls for immediate consideration and remedy. We choose to retreat as far away from our reasoning as we can, wishing the grief of the situation to disappear and never materialize again. The SwitchWords method assists you in responding to your gridlocks, generally cloaked in fear, shame, or blame. It is amazing to witness how positive change results within the assistance of SwitchWord recitation. A good example is how agitation, panic, and fear are reduced and chased away using the SwitchWords together, bluff, change. Peace of mind becomes the icing on the cake to these heightened reactions by combining the three words together, bluff, change, along with the SwitchWord be. How new is that as a consideration? With this process, we can self-administer remedy to ourselves. Your goals can be attained by reciting and practicing the right SwitchWords with intention and attention. A great start is to chant the master SwitchWord together for 3 days. Pay attention and notice if you see changes within your work life, relationships, money, health, or home life. Liz Dean's book, How to Use One Word to Get What You Want, will nicely direct you to words befitting your aspirations for yourself and your life plan. There is such a thing as a circle of giving and receiving. Often we are very comfortable with the giving part of the circle, but seem to run into walls when comfortably accepting the receiving side. When I used to work in the service industry, I noticed how often 3 individuals with natural ease would give each other gifts, but often experienced extreme difficulty receiving from a friend that wished to buy them a meal. Word switches, SwitchWords, are great teachers of practicing acceptance of all you wish to receive with utmost gratitude. You will not receive what you are asking for if you are unable to welcome a compliment or a gift from others with genuine thanks. Luckily, SwitchWords do not extend any demands upon you. Coming to the table or any situation with openness and willingness are the foundation upon which to experience the true embodiment of SwitchWord manifestations. What enhanced possibilities does this wordplay tool hold for each of us as it merges the conscious and subconscious? The common denominator here within this twosome is the belief in something greater, in God, or in a higher power teaming up with us as humans, as spiritual coaches. Many people can accept at some level that there is a higher essence at work in their lives. Here are fun SwitchWord examples that can be recited 10, 18, 28, or 108 times in a row. To attract wealth, declare, together, divine, count, be now done. To attract love, recite, together, divine, love, charm, now done. To attract money, say count, or fine, divine, count on. Love brings love, and charm brings your heart's desire. If you experience a fear of strangers, say cancel. A fear of people's opinions or anxiety, use the word bluff. Feeling disagreeable, recite smile. mired in keeping grudges, state reverse. Moving away from dishonesty and unfairness, declare restore. Frozen in the inability to solve problems, say reach. Overwhelmed with anger, use the word clear. For sickness and pain, state change, together change, or change together. Impatient, use the word slow. For deadline, recite done. Lost in apartness or loneliness, say circulate. Facing a burdensome task, state adjust. Reducing excitement, recite cover. Transportation when a dire need shows up, say on. Your subconscious mind is your exclusive property. It only belongs to you. It is all hearing in terms of what the true you, true self, is doing and thinking, whereas the conscious mind can be hard of hearing. So consider the goldenness of this tool and its togetherness teamwork of co-weaving both your subconscious self and conscious self as a whole. Creativity is boundless with how you choose to incorporate SwitchWords in your life. You can put them under your pillow while you sleep. You can recite them as you exercise. You can design cards decorated with your current SwitchWord sentence of choice. You can tape them to your water container, blessing the water with the SwitchWords. Stick them on your fridge, computer screen, or the dashboard of your car. They operate as a good luck piece to invite you to remember to say them throughout the day. One can utilize the technique of muscle testing, if you know of it, to confirm which SwitchWord is right for you in the moment. Your energy wave field has the innate knowledge to generate a yes or no response, just as an electrician tests an electrical circuit. SwitchWords work best when recited daily. It can be as you first awaken, in the shower, on your way to work, etc. If you notice a SwitchWord playing within a song, you are receiving notice that your subconscious is integrating your SwitchWord efforts. It is delightful and fun to observe synchronicities and validations as your SwitchWord discipline makes its distinction in your world. Remember, the master SwitchWord for self-alignment and manifesting is together. It makes the request for a miracle, which is always a favorite wish and hope. Around is a word switch that brings validation, brings priority to your needs. To use the SwitchWord method, you must first choose your goal and be open to receive what you want. Then a recommendation can be to choose your SwitchWords from Chapter 3 of Liz Dean's book, as well as her SwitchWord dictionary also included there. Test your SwitchWords using your intuition and/or the finger muscle test. Then say, intend, chant, sing, or tap them regularly. Believe and trust that they will work for you. How can it hurt to try? It's so energizing. In Liz Dean's book, the SwitchWords are grouped by theme: money, work, creativity, relationships, health, and 7 ways to use SwitchWords every day. Each section lists the following categories of SwitchWord: universal, open, and experimental. An example of universal concerns money. Money is the flow of energy. The attitudes we hold towards money can attract it or keep us in a state of deprivation. See yourself as naturally deserving of money without conditions. The switch word for finding income is count. Count attracts measurable income. To count is to add up, implying an increase in funds. The more trust you put in the subconscious self and its alliance with the conscious self, the more confidence you create for the whole self. What fear-based perceptions of the world and anxieties about the future can you release? By acting in a sovereign, bolstering manner towards your subconscious, it has the willingness to upspring and spiral up in its cooperation with the conscious mind. What limiting beliefs about who you are and what you are capable of are you ready or able to let go of? What small stories about what you can manifest in your life are you ready to grow beyond? What deserving choices in how you navigate your days are you now ready to shed and lovingly compost to create space for new realities to emerge and take root? The book Perfect Living states that the body knows all there is to know about its own chemical and physical functions. It also should know how to relate these functions to enduring the presence of the thinking conscious mind within the same person. When the conscious mechanism of the mind and body succeed in getting together with mutual trust and interdependence with the subconscious self, we can then find ourselves on the threshold of perfect living. Your inner self-togetherness is the very best first goal you can set for yourself. Happy switchwording. Thank you so much for listening. As always, I will finish with a tarot reading for the podcast. I ask the question, for those interested, what would be the benefit of incorporating SwitchWords as a support tool during the recovering through grief process? The first card was a strength card. The courage, compassion, and determination by those interested in bringing this into their daily routine would strengthen their resolve. On the card, the female is wearing a watch on her wrist, signifying this is an option that does not involve a lot of time, and yet the benefit would be there for those called to give it a try. The woman is uniting her conscious mind and her subconscious mind, bringing forth heartfelt opportunities. The lamb signifies gentleness, purity, and an untainted innocence to this process of word switches. The second card is the Three of Wands. There is much of the color red in this card, showing the passion of this creative gesture of trust and out-of-the-box thinking for grievers drawn to this manifestation process. This card shows a tremendous potential in the practice inherent in the card's synthesis of mind, body, and spirit. From the heart comes hunger and ambition. From the mind, direction and will. From the spirit, the fire and passion necessary to manifest whatever is desired, still present even during times of grief. She is standing with her surfboard between two balanced flames of inspiration as she contemplates this new arena of grief healing option to explore and witness what lies ahead on this path selection. Collaboration, shared responsibility, integrity, and support for any endeavor the griever wishes to undertake are all hallmarks of this magical card. The third card and last card is the Sun. This card exemplifies the griever's liberation from limitation that offers a long-term positive future roadmap. The Sun represents the dynamic, vital energy of the true self, the authentic self, the higher self. This card speaks of positive growth, bringing success to any situation, inspiring all within its SwitchWords influence to new heights of imagination, invention, and achievement. Delight in the possibilities and let yourself shine if you choose. It has been a pleasure, as always, being with you all today. Many blessings until we connect again.